With a salary of $100,000, the first check you'll need to cut is to the federal government.
Thank you very much for your donation.
Now, I get that this varies from individual to individual depending on the deductions and credits you have, but I paid a grand total of $15,579. Next, the provincial government of British Columbia also wants their cut.
I'm just gonna scooch in right here if you don't mind.
And I paid $5,552. And that brings the total income taxes to $21,131. And we're off to a great start. The next two items are social contributions, and people may not view them as taxes, but I'm gonna throw them in there anyways given that they are mandatory and withheld from my paycheck without an option to opt out.
I don't care.
The first one is the Canada Pension Plan contributions at $3,500, and the second one is the employment insurance at $953. So the total for social contributions or insurances is $4,453. The next category are sales taxes. In Vancouver, we pay two types of sales tax. The first one is levied by the federal government called the Goods and Services Tax, and the second sales tax is levied by the provincial government called the Provincial Sales Tax. GST and PST are generally applicable to goods and services you consume on a day-to-day basis, and because they're consumption-based, this will have a high degree of variability from person to person.
You know, we don't have a jacuzzi.
Can you believe that? Can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi?
And this is how much I spent on food, entertainment, going out, and all other miscellaneous services. Roughly $6,000, of which $643 are taxes. Utilities and phone bills are extremely overpriced here in Canada, with a few telecom companies having an oligopoly over the entire market.
What?
And I spent $1,733, of which $186 are taxes. And speaking of control, we've got a monopoly for car insurance here in BC, with only one company running the show, which by the way is state-controlled. I paid a grand total of $1,659. At the very least, we get a break on taxes.
Let me remain positive.
I am a homeowner, and the next few expenses are all housing related. I paid $950 for home insurance, which is exempt from sales tax. Home maintenance costs of $4,200, which is also non-taxable. And my biggest expense by far is my mortgage, which cost me $29,853 a year. And fortunately, no taxes here as well. Now, this next tax deserves its own category given that number one, many people are not aware of the tax, and number two, how significant the tax is relative to its cost, which is none other than the gas tax, and encompasses the carbon tax and all different federal and provincial excise taxes. I spent $1,254 on gasoline, and I estimate that roughly $450 are taxes. And of course, we cannot forget about the property tax, which seems to be rising faster than the cost of gas. I paid $2,340 to the city of Vancouver, for a grand total of just under $30,000 in total taxes paid. So you're left with roughly $70,000 of raw purchasing power after taxes. And for me, after all housing and living expenses, I was left with $26,427. In its quest to become the most unaffordable city in the world, Vancouver has one more surprise for you. Newly constructed properties in Canada are also subject to GST. And because of the sky-high property prices, I paid roughly $30,000 in GST on my tiny one-bedroom condo. But I get that this is not a tax everyone pays, so I'll leave it off the list.